legs are across the front here. And we've got kind of the foot thing on here. We've got this black and gray. Not too much different there. Like that and that. Okay, and the tail. Tail's just alright. Good start. Well, the world tour is still going on, some other Craig, so check his tour dates. He's still touring. Yeah, blobby foosh, inky foosh, Selendra. So let's put that behind for now. Okay. What I want to know, I again should look this up, but I'm just going to ask people because you guys probably already know the answer. Where are they getting their money from with the Pokemon Go? It's a free download. You probably can buy in-app stuff, I assume? Is that where it comes in, where they get you? Or if they just realize they've made enough money to own the world, so they're just gonna like make a free game. Certainly, I love the concept that it is you're finding things in the world. Yeah, a lot of in-app purchases. Okay. One of the really fun things about Anthrocon, for me as an artist, as well is playing in this new territory. Um, Anthropomorphs are fun. I've always enjoyed drawing them without realizing they were, you know, I'm not assuming furries really took off 20 years ago. That's 96. Certainly they were before then. But, drawing an anthropomorph didn't automatically make you a furry. It was just like an alien person thing. And actually, I began to shy away from doing them because of not understanding the association. The negative association of furries. Because I think, at least in our area, there were some of the ickier ones in the Toronto area for a time. And I should ickier. I shouldn't say that. That's my own prudish bias. Just people wanting more adult art than I was comfortable delivering. And so it was easier just to step away from it. Because it wasn't like I had a cast of characters that I was always drawing or writing about or anything else like that. So it was fine. But it was well known that furries were art collectors. One thing I saw, and I saw this gentleman, or I heard this gentleman, really, I wasn't paying attention. So 3 of my artist friends down there, who are almost fine artists in the fan art community, I should say. Heather, Diane, and Sandy. And this gentleman has apparently produced approaching them for years, and every year he has them do another page in a comic that he is creating, except he is making it up as he goes along. He doesn't have a story ahead of time. He works on it there with them, kind of where did we leave off? Okay, on this page, let's have this happen. And he pays them, and then in a month or two they get the art done, they mail it to him, and it's just this ongoing story. But it's not even the same story. It's 3 different stories with 3 different artists, probably more. Very interesting kind of thing. It makes me things that make me go because the professional in me, the artist, the storyteller, is like, that's an odd way to run a railroad. Like, doesn't he have a longer kind of tale to tell? And they're like, no, this is how he does it. This is just for him. This is his own personal thing. So in a way, it's very cool that he has this original comic book art just for his own pleasure, with these characters that are just his own characters, and that there's so long between each concept. It's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, kind of cool, kind of frustrating. I mean, I think, and the thing is, none of them are comic artists. Heather and Sandy and Diana are fantasy illustrators. Heather also does wildlife art. They're not sequential storytellers. Not that they don't, or that they are unable to do it, but it's not what they've made their reputation on. Yeah, I don't think they're published anyway. They are just for his own pleasure. They're just his private commissions from them, which is very cool. and he pays them a good page rate. They say, yeah, that's going to cost X $100, and he's like, okay, puts down a deposit. They set a deadline or whatever, so they'll have it done by such and such a time, and he pays the balance, and it's a fun kind of concept to work at just a page at a time. The thing that really baffles me is that he does not have a story, you know? You know what, Kimbo? Maybe that's where it's from, because he is an older gentleman, I think. And by older, I mean kind of my age. So maybe he is coming from a zine culture. I think it's really just more that he has these characters that he has developed for himself, and he likes to see them in cool action things. You know? So if he can afford to do it and they're willing to do it, I'm going to lower this here just artificially so it pushes out and you see it. Alright. Now it's a light orange. It's a yellowy golden orange. It is a golden color. Oh, it looks like the stripes alternate between a black and a purple. Interesting. So, well, you know, kind of that OC art is what I'm doing here, where I'm getting to draw badges and characters. And that is neat. You know, I go to cons and I'm happy to draw Richard all the live long day, but the variety is more fun. You know, when I go to a con and it's like Richard, that's fine, but it can get, you know, I've drawn Richard. I know how to draw Richard. I can draw. I once did a kids party where it was a hockey theme and every kid was playing hockey. And it's like, there's only so much you can do with that damn hockey. You know, it's just like, are you left-handed, right-handed, or a goalie? Like, that was it. And, you know, Richard has more than that, but people don't usually want more than that. They just, Richard Fuching. That's great. That's fun. It's not a problem for me. I am not complaining. But when I'm faced with somebody saying, I've got a green wolf with fox markings, I'd like him to be a mashup of Richard and Splatoon, there's a challenge. You know? There's a, okay, we're gonna do this, right? You know, crack the muscles and get going. So that's the difference. All right. I might as well lay down some color. Since I'm talking so much, let's get some Splatoon. Actually, it's probably this orange, isn't it? It looks like it's that orange and that green.